Hi, my name is Edmund Lutz, and I'm a co-founding partner at Serva Law Group. Serva is Latin that means to preserve. I have over a decade of experience preserving my clients' assets in California and in Arizona. So today I would like to talk to you about the basics and importance of an estate plan and who needs one. I would like to start by saying that no matter what stage you are in your life right now, there's something important you might not have on your radar, and that's an estate plan. The first question is probably along the lines of, what on earth is an estate plan, right? Well, think of it as your very own toolbox of legal documents that lay out such things as, what happens to your assets and other stuff once you die? How will that property be divided? Who's going to look after and take care of your children and animals? And perhaps most importantly, who's going to make decisions on your medical and money matters if you become incapacitated, otherwise unable to make those decisions? Now, I understand some of you might be thinking, well, I don't need any of this yet. And you might be right. If you're single, you don't own any real estate, and have very few assets, then you probably don't need an estate plan. However, if you're married, have children, own a house, and have assets worth protecting, then an estate plan is a must-have. The benefits of an estate plan are just too important to pass up, and the risks of not having your affairs in order are too high of gamble. You do not want to put your family in the probate court. So the next question is probably, how does an estate plan work exactly? And what's a comprehensive estate plan? Well, there's five main parts to it. First is the will, also known as the last will and testament. It's like an instruction manual for who gets what and who will be the guardian in charge of your kids. And since you won't be around to do it, you should pick a trustworthy family member or friend to fill these roles. A will alone is just a first-class ticket to the probate court. Second, you need a living will. This is where you lay out your wishes for end-of-life care or life support if you're not able to communicate them. Third, tied to this is a document called a healthcare proxy, where you name someone you trust to make medical decisions for you on your behalf if you cannot do it yourself. Fourth, there's the power of attorney. This allows a trusted individual to handle your money and financial matters should you become incapacitated. And for your information, your spouse doesn't automatically get this power. In fact, without this power, your spouse could have significant limitations on selling even jointly owned property. Finally, if you own real estate and any other assets, even in modest amounts, you should seriously consider a trust. Think of a trust as a safe deposit box which you fill with assets like your house to be passed down to your children or someone you trust, called a trustee once you die. This has two major advantages. It allows you to minimize your estate taxes, and two, it keeps your larger assets out of the probate court, which is a pricey, time-consuming way the court distributes your property and pays off your debts, as outlined in your will. For example, based on a median home price in California in 2023, which is $859,000, the statutory legal fees plus executor fees will exceed $40,000, not to mention court fees, appraisal fees, tax preparation fees, and a whole myriad of other items. Now, currently in most counties in California, it's presently taking longer than 18 months, even for a most simple probate in most jurisdictions. Your heirs would have to wait this period until they receive their inheritance. Probate is also very public, so everyone knows your personal business. Finally, I'm asked, what do I think about do-it-yourself online tools? In my honest opinion, I highly recommend against it. It's just an easy way to make a mistake that seems minor in your mind, but can actually be a very costly legal mistake. So my advice, I recommend hiring an experienced real estate planning lawyer. So there you have it, estate planning demystified.